Hello, it's JANG here with a look at the LEGO Technic Race Truck for 2015. This is a 608-piece set. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of cab over and, well, just general semi-trucks that race on the street, well, you need to look them up because they are awesome. Yes, they are real. They are very popular in a number of countries. They are really highly tuned racing vehicles. They are fast. They are exciting to watch. So I'm very happy to get one in LEGO. What I'm not happy with here right off the bat is just how much reliance there is on stickers. I don't think I've ever seen so many stickers in so little space on a LEGO set. This is crazy. Here, 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 here. All these ones on the sides, those are separate stickers. So if you don't like stickers, not sure that you want to look at the official instructions for this one too closely. Fortunately, you can leave those off and it's not going to look bad. It actually looks pretty decent if you can envisage this without those stickers. The proportions of this vehicle, the model, are very good. Very, very, very good. They make me very happy. They've got the cab section nicely lowered. It's forward. The thing has a rake going forward, which I think is a little bit exaggerated maybe, but it definitely looks quite exciting. You know, it looks very fast, like it wants to go fast. And this has a number of action features. Of course, it is Technic, so you wouldn't expect less. First of all, it does have a full V8 engine. All 8 cylinders are represented there, and this is geared up to the rear drive, so you can really see those pistons going up and down inside of the thing. As long as you rotate at least one of the rear tires, you can see it's geared right there. You've got your shaft coming back to here, and it's got a real working differential, so you can work both of your tires at the same time, and it's able to go through turns okay. If this seems strange to you, again, if you're not familiar with this type of vehicle, it seems strange to have a simulated 5th wheel on the back. That's just part of the regulations. They try to keep these things from being too heavily specialized and too much like just cars with different bodies on them in the real world, the real versions of these. And having an actual 5th wheel on the back is part of those specs. You got your air canisters for the brakes there, because these things are still extremely heavy, and it's kind of empty in here, but that's fairly realistic. They really do strip these things down to have not a lot of weight in them, so that they are, you know, really true high performance vehicles. So that doesn't bug me at all. They've covered up the cab quite nicely. Got a radiator that's simulated here. Up on the top is another action feature, and that is your steering control. So you control that from up here, and there you can see your tires going back and forth. It has a good range of motion for those tires, so it's able to actually take some fairly tight turns there. You got your nice low profile wide tires on this thing, and you've got opening doors on the sides. Lets you see what looks like kind of a bucket seat kind of setup that they have just simulated with a single panel piece, with the brace on one side to make sure that the driver is well secured in there. You have a fake steering wheel inside of that. My favorite thing, well, I'm gonna have to say my favorite thing is the engine. I really like Technic engines, but okay, my second favorite thing is that you can take the entire cab and lift this up. There it goes, and this just turns forward. And they even have a nice little linkage under there to hold it, so it doesn't just freeform, you know, just fall forward all the way. It comes forward and then it stops. I like that, and that just lets you see a little bit better the rack and pinion steering system down there. So you've got your kind of remote activation here. You got your 4-lob little gear right there. That's just going to mate up to this when it's down. Yeah, it's all pretty effective. I think it's a pretty respectable design. This thing is pretty displayable, in addition to being a pretty respectable building experience to put it together. The worst thing about this is just these 2 little antennae up here, which unfortunately will spin freely unless you just pull up on that pin just a little bit. Then you can kind of cheat some friction into it so it's not moving around. It's not a legal connection that way, but it's just a small difference between having these things just flailing about and having them actually secure where you want them to stay. Here's a quick look at the underside of the vehicle, and there you can see that beautiful motion. That's just a wonderful thing. I love Technic engines, but all told, this is a fairly simple build, right? The frame is not using any very complicated techniques. This is a 2-in-1 build, and the back of the box shows you the official alternate build for a race car. You're not able to build this from the instructions included with the kit. You do have to go online to download a PDF of these instructions. This will be covered in a separate video. All told, this strikes me as a nice, wholesome Technic kit. Aside from the overly enthusiastic application or suggested application of stickers on this thing, it kind of feels classic to me in a way. It doesn't use any really, again, just doesn't use any super specialized techniques. I don't feel like you really learn a lot about advancing your Technic skills if you're already used to building Technic stuff. This is just, it's just good. It just gives you what you see. It's well built, it's straightforward, has that great engine working for it. It has good looks. It makes for a great display model that you can be proud of. I think it makes good use of the parts count. I feel like it's a good value. You know, this thing is nice and sizable because of just how it's really designed to have most of the bulk around the outside and the parts that you see. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot of foundation to it. It doesn't need it. It doesn't feel fragile, even though so much of it is open. So I just feel like it's a well done set. I feel like it's a very successful thing. It doesn't overly complicate itself, and I'm looking forward to checking out the alternate build too. So if you have any thoughts that you would like to share about this set, as always, please feel free to down in the comment section below. I've got a lot more videos to bring you, as always, so I will be talking to you again very soon. Thanks for watching.